Hello YouTube, how's it going? It's Retro Dave Nintendo. It's the 1st of May 2016 and I'm going to take you on a tour of my retro game room collection and console setup. So let's go straight to the garage and we'll start off with the first arcade machine.
Operation Wolf.
Okay guys, so we're in the garage. This is Operation Wolf 1987 by Taito. This is my very first arcade machine and a game I used to play a lot back in the day when I was a kid in my local sports centre. So let's take a quick look. As you can see, it's fully working. Not bad shape for an old game. Love a bit of the artwork on the side. So obviously this is the UK version. The American artwork is different. So yeah, this is Operation Wolf, a classic arcade machine. Really pleased to have this in the collection. So let's give you a quick little show here. So I've got a free play button here. Hit start.
Operation initiated.
Excuse the scrolling bar on the screen. So there you go. You get the idea. Classic arcade game. Let's go back in the game room and check out the rest of the collection. Okay guys, we're back in the game room and we are now looking at arcade cabinet number 2. This is a 1982 Nintendo Popeye arcade machine. So yeah, this is an original American cabinet. It has been restored, it has been resprayed and it has new artwork on the side. It is running the original PCB and wiring, etc. The monitor has been recapped. So there's a fantastic picture on there, although it looks like it's flashing to you on my phone, but it's not to me. So yeah, marquee, fantastic condition, front bezel, great shape too, control panel, such a classic game. So one last look at the arcade cab. Okay, so what we'll do then, we might as well start going around this way while we're here. We'll go at the games. So we've also got some bead sprites on the wall. Now these are here from last year, haven't changed these. And also got some basically handcrafted. These are original Nintendo stickers from back in 1992, I think. Basically these were supposed to go in a sticker album, but I basically made like my own collage and like a plastic photo frame. Okay, so onto the top shelf we have some Mario 30th Anniversary Hot Wheels. So these are brand new. I imported these from America. So that is the full collection of those. We've got a Pac-Man plushie up there with a Nintendo cap on. Okay, let's go back over to this shelf. So we have a Castlevania collection. So we have Castlevania Dracula X. That is an original USA cartridge, but it's in a universal game case. A lot of the glare on these boxes are from the box protectors, so I do apologise. So we've got the original Castlevania, Castlevania Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 4, Castlevania Adventure, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Castlevania Chronicles, Castlevania Double Pack for Game Boy Advance, Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge of the Game Boy, and Simon's Quest. I won't go through every single game right now. I shall do a collection video at a later date on all this. So this is up my Nintendo shelf, some of my favourite pieces in here. So we have two absolutely mint condition NES games here for the Zelda. So you can see this in their bag. Love these games. Zelda for the Game Boy, Zelda Game & Watch, absolutely love that game. The games for the Game Boy Color and original Game Boy. That is a new sealed Zelda watch. and well, I say it's part sealed, open one end, Link to the Past. One of my favourite Super Nintendo games. So that is my Zelda shelf. Okay, moving down, we are now on the Final Fight shelf. So we've got Mighty Final Fight for the NES, boxed and missing instructions, so I'm looking out for that. Box complete Final Fight, box complete Final Fight 2, and Final Fight 3. Again, this is original USA cartridge with a universal game case. Okay, so this shelf is kind of my homebrew and translation hacked cartridges, so I kind of keep them separate from the rest of the collection. They're on their own shelf. So you have Sweet Home. These are all from Time Warp Games, which are no longer making games, sadly. So this is a Famicom release, which is English translated onto an NES cartridge. These are all ROM hacks. You've got Mario Adventure, Extra Mario Brothers, the Real Mario Brothers 2, which is from the the original Famicom. Zelda Outlands, hack of the original Zelda game, and Splathouse SD, which is a conversion from the original Famicom game. Also have these are Nintendo World Championships 1990 and the Campus Challenge 1991 are from RetroZone or RetroUSB.com. Quite hard to get hold of, the Campus Challenge especially. That kind of comes up as and when, so real good fun to play those once in a while. We have Brutal Mario World, that's a ROM hack of the original Mario World, and King of Demons, which originally is just a Super Famicom game. I think it's pronounced, is it Maju? I can't pronounce it, but yeah, that is an English translation of the Super Famicom game. Okay, so moving down to my loose carts here. So this is my loose cartridge collection of NES and Super NES games. So you can get an idea of what we've got down there. Loose cart pal here. These are new additions I haven't yet put away or put in the pile. If you like, literally just put them there. Okay, so original PlayStation 1, a couple of my favourite games here. Destruction W2, my favourite PS1 game of all time. Absolutely love that game, and that was the system seller for me. Okay, so there's the collection of PS1 games, just about make those out. Okay, so going along this bottom shelf here, we'll stay down here. So this is basically my music, my cassette tapes. So I've got a lot of like singles, basically from my original childhood back in the day. Also my Dreamscape and Helter Skelter and Garage Nation collection of cassette tape packs. Okay, so we're now moving up to my Turtle shelf. So we have the original Konami LCD games in their blister packs. These are not new, they are opened. Turtles 2, Splinter Speaks. The original Turtles on the NES, that is in absolutely mint condition now. It's got a box protector on it, but it's absolutely beautiful shape. Love that game. Turtles 2, the arcade game, and Turtles 3, Manhattan Project. We've also got 2 games for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. They did port these games to other microcomputers. A couple of Game Boy games here loose, and a boxed one. Again, that is in mint condition. Fantastic little games for the Game Boy. And yeah, Turtles in Time, box complete for the American Super Nintendo, again in fantastic condition. The PAL version seems to be selling for absolutely insane money, but yeah, happy to have that box complete in the American format. Okay, so then we've got kind of like some of the nostalgia games now. These are games that I either had back in the day or used to rent or so on. So yeah, this is a shelf of mine that is one of my favourites. Dragon's Lair, Diggity Rock, Batman, Gremlins 2, that's one of my favourite NES game. Bionic Commando, DuckTales, Chip and Dale, Bart vs the World, Trog, Shadowgate, Tailspin, Double Dragon 2 and A Boy and His Blob. So yeah, really happy to have these games in my collection. Okay, so now we're moving up to the Donkey Kong shelf. Now I've got some really nice items in here. Let's start off with this Donkey Kong tabletop. This is a really hard thing to find nowadays. As you can see, it's got the original price label on there of £12.95 from Woolworths, which are sadly gone. We have a Donkey Kong Hockey Micro Versus System, and that is like in brand new condition. Donkey Kong 2 Game & Watch, Donkey Kong Classics, which is absolutely mint. Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, that is not sealed, it's open at the top. Donkey Kong Puzzle, that is again from Alex Nintendo Arcade. We have Donkey Kong wristwatch working. Donkey Kong Country 2, the original Donkey Kong Country. So that is the Donkey Kong shelf. Okay, moving up to one of the Mario shelves. Give you a quick pan. So we've got Mario Cement Factory. This is a fairly recent addition. I imported this from America, and this is complete with instructions. So I used to have one of these back in the day. That should be working. You can just about see that. The batteries are just going on that. Mario World wristwatch. That's from Duncan Woody Weeble. That was working, but the battery seems to have expired in that recently. We have the Mario Brothers Game & Watch multi-screen. Panorama screen, Mario Bombs Away, box complete. GBA carts. Now this is one of my favourite Game & Watches. This is the one I had back in the day. Love that game, love that box art, hence why that is on the little stand. Box complete Mario Kart. Got Mario Land 3. Mario Land 2 6 golden coins, and of course the original Mario Land. Then we go up to the top shelf of the Mario games, the NES. We have the original arcade version of Mario Brothers, which fortunately I do now own the PCBs for. Original Super Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 2, that's my favourite box art for any Mario game. Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World, that is in mint condition, and Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. So let's just go back and give you a quick pan over these. So these are the first two shelves, guys. Okay, let's go up to the top shelf again. So we've got our World Nintendo Mario figure, a couple of loose amiibos, and the Retro Trio amiibos. Okay, we have an absolutely mint condition Nintendo action set. This is basically in brand new condition. Bagged up. It's literally looks like it's been opened once and put away. It's like one of my crown jewels in my collection. Yeah, really happy to have got that. Okay, we've got some CD singles. We've got the Mario Land single, Tetris single, Street Fighter 2 soundtrack, that is from a Nintendo magazine from back in the day, that is awesome, and the Mario Land single again on cassette tape, a couple of pixel beads, a Gremlins 2 figure, and a Link sprite bead there. And behind that box is a Game Genie for the NES. Okay, moving down to some Sega now. Sega Master System, Mark 1, box complete, light gun. We've got some classic games, Operation Wolf, of course. Alex Kidd in Miracle World, Master of Darkness, which is basically the Sega version of Castlevania. Special Crew Investigation, one of my favourite games of the Master System. Sonic 2's Grand Wall Spirits, you can read them, can't you? So a nice humble library of Master System titles. Okay, moving down to the next shelf is my Sinclair ZX Spectrum Dixon's pack. Complete, in excellent condition. It's a selection of some of my favourite and nostalgic games for the kind of computer, there. And then the next shelf down we have a NES challenge set. There's two of these, there's one behind that as well. One of them is box complete and one is a spare. NES Advantage, we've got two of those. One is new in box and this one I'm using currently. NES Max in cleaning kit, and a few little trinkets and figures down there. Now on here we have a whole selection of Sinclair ZX Spectrum cassette tapes. These haven't been sorted yet at the front. These are ones I recently picked up. I need to sort through them, but the ones in the back have all been sorted through. So these are kind of new additions here. We have a Sega Saturn steering wheel and a box for the PS2 component cable. We have a arcade stick for the PlayStation 2. Sega Saturn. This is my humble Sega Saturn collection. So box console, Virtua Fighter gun and game. And this is my Sega Saturn library. some essential classics in there, and these basically are the games that I used to have or play back in the day. So I kind of wanted to keep this to a nice, small, humble line. Moving up, we have some SEGA Genesis games. So the Streets of Rage trilogy and Castlevania Bloodlines at the front there, and just at the back there's a few more. If I move this out of the way, and there's a few more classics in there tucked away. Okay, now moving up, on this shelf we have a Club Nintendo game. Now this was from the magazines, which are these here. I'll show you those in a moment. Basically, to win this, you'd have to enter and send in a drawing or something to the magazine, and you would get sent this as the winner for the month. This is Clue Clue Land. You can see it's handwritten on, so it's a really nice item to have. These magazines are extremely hard to come by. I mean, I'm still blown away to this day. John, 1MSX to go, very kindly donated a very large portion of these to me. The very early ones. Yeah, really happy to have these. So these are the UK equivalent to Nintendo Power. So if you're in the States, Nintendo Power you'll be very familiar with. This was our version, the UK version. I'll just show you what they look like. So it's basically called Club Nintendo here. So same thing, but this is the UK one. Okay, moving up is my GameCube collection. So I have a PAL GameCube with a section of games. The essential game is Resident Evil. Absolutely love Resident Evil series, the original ones, remastered on the GameCube. We've got a few other games behind the back there. Again, I'll do those in a collection video. I've got some little Mario figures, which were used on my 30th birthday cake. Moving up, this is my very first ever games console, and that is an Amstrad GX4000. I think this is basically just a PAL machine only, so you wouldn't have had this in America if you're watching in the States. I only ever got it with the packing game, which is Burning Rubber, and now I have sourced several other games, so yeah, really happy to have that on that shelf. So let's just kind of pan over and just give you a little idea of what we've got going on here. So just a quick pan. Okay, so let's move across. So here we are, Super Nintendo. This is the pack I used to have back in the day. Now we are 3 deep on consoles here. We've got the Mario All-Stars Edition. If I tip this forward without breaking anything. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. And we also have the Mario All-Stars Mario World box set. This one is absolutely mint condition, like brand new. That is all in there. Okay, we also have the SNES Advantage arcade stick, Super Game Boy, Mario All-Stars VHS video, controller, and that is the box for a Game & Watch, and a Link sprite and a couple of Nintendo pens. Moving down, we're on the Game Boy shelf, so the box, the original Game Boy. This is a modded Game Boy which has been backlit, hence why the screen is so dark. It's a backlit screen. I haven't got batteries in here so I can't actually show you. A selection of Game Boy games with the Game Watch gallery games here. And some selection of box games. I've got a little basket of all loose Game Boy cartridges at the back there. Moving down, we've got some more Game Boy games and some classic handhelds. So we've got a Tamytronic 3D. That is the car game, Thundering Turbo. And we also have a box complete Sky Attack. So the one I showed you up earlier on from my childhood, that's the childhood one. This is the one I've rebought in much better condition. Some of my favourite Game Boy games from back in the day. And we have a couple of very nice Game & Watches, Tropical Fish and Fire. Moving down to the next shelf, we have some more classic tabletop games. Astro Blaster, Grandstand Firefox, and TOMY Tronic Caveman. A couple of Nintendo books, The History of Nintendo Volume 1, Game & Watch Ball from Club Nintendo, Popeye Panorama Screen Game & Watch, and History of Nintendo Volume 2, the Game & Watch edition. Basically, this is the harder one to come by. Fantastic bit of information there about all the Game & Watches. Okay, moving down, we've got a couple more wristwatches. We've got the Batman Tiger wristwatch, a sealed in blister pack Nano Kitty Virtual Pet, one I had back in the day. Tetris wristwatch, brand new in blister pack. We have some late release keychain Game & Watches. These are brand new sealed in blister pack. My only 2 loose Game & Watches. Box complete Mickey and Donald, and a Super Cobra tabletop electronic game. Okay, moving down, we have the boxed PlayStation 1 value pack, is the bundle I had back in the day, Xbox 360, and my collection of PS2 and Xbox 360 games. Now they are 2 deep, I'm not going to go right through them now, I shall save those for a collection video. Okay, so let's just pan back up here. Top shelf, we have a Mario Brothers alarm clock, that is actually on display further along, so you'll see that in a minute. Box complete Super Metroid, that is complete with the player's guides. It's like a big box. Mario Paint again, big box complete, and there is the clock. Now this NES is signed from Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Now Luigi Freakout 123. Now I don't know what happens to these guys. They haven't done a video for quite some time. I did a trade with them a good year ago or so now. Sent them a NES loan cartridge for the M82 demo unit, and in return I got a signed NES from some of the YouTubers in the States. As you can see, you might recognise some of the names on there. So really happy to have that in the collection on top of the shelf there. So that's just basically a display piece. It does work, the NES, but obviously I'm not using it, I'm keeping it on display, so as not to damage any of the signatures. So let's just pan over what we've seen so far. So this is basically the collection set up on this side of the room. There we go. Okay, so let's move over here now. So we've got a Street Fighter 2 poster. Used to have this poster on my wall back in the day. We have a Mario DS holder, but it's actually holding some mints and a couple of virtual pets. Tape deck, some batteries from my tabletops and bits and bobs that I use, pens and stuff. A spare Turtles handheld that's going to be sent out to someone very soon. Now the screen's going to flash. You have to bear in mind it's how I've got the camera set up at 60 frames a second. So this is a Sony Trinitron PVM monitor. So this is like a medical monitor, and the picture is absolutely fantastic. I apologise for the flashing screen, but I mean you're not going to really be able to see it, but it looks beautiful. It's a really great TV to play the retro games. Awesome screen. So 32-inch Toshiba TV there. I'll basically use that to run my Xbox 360 on. So let's go to the setup. So we have the Mark 1 Master System set up on the top there, and my SCART switcher box. Moving over here, we have GameCube with Game Boy player, PAL NES. We have American NES, so I can play all my American games properly in 60 Hz full speed and all the rest of it. That is the NES Advantage joystick that I'm using, that I showed you the box of earlier on. I have a USA Super Nintendo, currently in the process of playing Earthbound. There's the joystick. Next one up, we have PAL Super Nintendo. Moving along, this is the Amstrad GX4000, the first console I ever had, with burning rubber. Moving down, SEGA Genesis. This is an American console. It's basically the Genesis Mega Drive arcade stick there. We have a PAL in the corner, if you can just see that. PAL Sega Saturn and Xbox 360. Okay, so that is basically the setup there on these cubes. Just gonna give you a little pan of this. So moving over here, we just have my coffee table, laptop, some snacks and drinks and everything else. PS1, PS2, some vinyl, box the arcade stick. This is my controller box. Get some more controllers in. So we have Yamaha amplifier. So this is what I run all my retro systems through. So I can basically turn the dial and select whichever console I want to play at the time. We have a record player to play my vinyl, Dual 500. We have a DJ Hero 2 turntable, a couple of Dreamscape posters at the back there. This is my gaming PC. I did a video on this when I got it some time ago now. So let's move back over here real quick. Got some more posters, Dreamscape posters. These basically go with the tape packs that I showed you earlier on the bottom shelf. Okay, now we're basically going to pan over my Nintendo and Super Nintendo game shelf. So we'll start at the top. So these are my box complete NES games. So I'll scan across and you can kind of get the gist of it. I apologise for the glare. It is because they're in box protectors. As we get to the end, you'll notice these two in the case. They are original games, but they are in universal game cases. A couple of Gremlins plushies up there. Love my Gremlins. And then we have some more Super Nintendo games here and some of the American games. Again, Aero Fighters is original USA cartridge, but in universal game case. Now moving down, we've got some more games on display because obviously to enjoy the artwork, so I like having these forward facing. Secret Mana, Secret Evermore, a couple of Game Boy games, Rocco Racing, fantastic game. Star Wing, or Star Fox as it's known in the States, the original Street Fighter 2. Yeah, these are the kind of games that are a bit of nostalgia for me, whether I had them back in the day or used to rent them or whatever. They've got a bit of a story attached to them. Demon's Crest, becoming even harder to find nowadays. Such a fantastic game by Capcom. F-Zero, first Super Nintendo game I ever played. Contra 3, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Okay, next shelf down we've got the Ninja Gaiden trilogy. DuckTales 2. New Zealand Story, Ghostbusters 2, fantastic game that is. Uninvited, Festus Quest. Contra, Super Contra. Shadow of the Ninja. Dark Toast of a Dragon, Darkwing Duck, Mega Man 2, Blue Eye Fighter. So that is my Nintendo shelf. Absolutely love this setup here like this. Love having these games up here for me to look at. Fantastic. Okay, so this is kind of this half of the room. So let's just kind of pan over and show you one more time. And basically just moving around. Some more posters and collages. So Diggity Rock poster, love that poster. So we've got some more of those stickers from the magazine that I've put into these plastic frames. Some art prints now. These are from Matt, Sulphate Retro. Gave these to me at Blackpool last year. Absolutely love these. I mean, Gremlins 2 is my favourite NES game of all time. And I just love looking at these. And he did this for me, put them in a frame, and I've got them hung on my wall. Pride of place, right next to where I sit, so I can look at them all the time. Fantastic, mate. I still love these. Basically, is my couch. So this is where all the game time happens. Chill out on here. Got some figures and toys here from Nintendo line. Popeye canvas. And then we're back here at the cabinet again. So this is the whole room. You've seen the whole setup, and you have seen Operation Wolf in the garage. So I hope you enjoyed my room tour for 2016. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you again soon for another video. Take it easy.